Elena Ramos was 24, a nurse fresh out of school, working the night shift at St. Vincent's private hospital. It wasn't glamorous, changing 4 lines, bathing unconscious patients, cleaning wounds, but she did it all with quiet grace. She believed that even in silence, people could feel love. Her most difficult assignment was room 607, Daniel Whitmore, a name everyone in the city knew. A self-made millionaire, tech genius, and philanthropist, until the car crash that left him in a deep coma 2 years ago. His family visited less and less. Reporters stopped writing about him. To the world, Daniel was gone. But to Elena, he was still here, trapped somewhere behind those closed eyes. Every morning, she would bathe him, talk to him, read the newspaper aloud, and sometimes, on lonely nights, she'd tell him stories about her life. "I know you can't hear me," she'd whisper as she wrung out a towel. "But if you can, I want you to know, life's still beautiful out here. The sun still rises." Her coworkers called her foolish for caring so much. "Why waste your time, Elena?" they'd say. "He's gone. You should save your heart for someone alive." But she couldn't stop. Deep inside, something told her he could hear her. Weeks turned into months. Elena worked extra shifts to pay her mother's hospital bills. She barely slept. But every day she showed up, brushing Daniel's hair, changing his sheets, talking to him as if he were her friend. Then one morning, after an especially long night, something strange happened. As she was gently wiping his hand, she felt his fingers move. It was so slight she almost thought she imagined it. But then, it happened again. She froze. "Mr. Whitmore? Can you hear me?" No answer. Just the hum of machines. She ran to call the doctor, but when they checked him, his readings were normal. They said it was a reflex. "Don't get your hopes up, Elena," the physician sighed. "It happens sometimes." But hope had already bloomed in her chest. She began to talk to him more, play his favorite music from the old company videos she found online, and even brought in a small speaker to play jazz in the afternoons. And one evening, as the sun painted gold on his pale face, she whispered, "If you can hear me, Mr. Whitmore, just come back. The world still needs you." That night, his heart monitor beeped faster. 3 days later, Elena was bathing him again when she felt something impossible, a hand, weak but firm, grabbing her wrist. She dropped the towel in shock. Daniel Whitmore's eyes were open. They were glassy and confused, but alive, really alive. She stumbled back, tears flooding her eyes. "Mr. Whitmore. You're awake." Doctors rushed in, nurses shouted orders, and within minutes, the room became a storm of joy and disbelief. Daniel had come back from what they called a permanent vegetative state. It was medically inexplicable, but Elena didn't care about the science. She just stood there, hands trembling, thanking God over and over. Over the next weeks, Daniel slowly regained his speech and memory. He couldn't recall the accident, but he remembered voices. A soft one that talked to him about hope, family, and forgiveness. One morning, when his voice was strong enough, he said, "That voice, it was you, wasn't it?" Elena smiled shyly. "I just talk to you sometimes. I didn't think you could actually hear me." He looked at her with tears welling in his eyes. "You saved me. I was trapped, it was dark, cold. But your voice kept reaching me. You reminded me that there was light." Word spread fast, the billionaire who woke from a coma. Reporters flooded the hospital. But Daniel refused all interviews until he was strong enough to leave. And when he did, he asked Elena to walk beside him. Months passed. Daniel recovered, both body and spirit. The man who once lived for wealth now spoke of compassion. He founded the Whitmore Healing Foundation, to support nurses, caregivers, and patients with long-term illnesses. When he announced it publicly, he called Elena to the stage. Cameras flashed as he said, "This woman taught me something money never could, that the smallest act of kindness can awaken a soul. I was lost, and she brought me back." Today, every patient who feels forgotten will know, there is always someone who believes. Elena stood beside him, tears streaming, realizing that her quiet faith had changed not only one life, but thousands, and as the crowd applauded, Daniel turned to her and whispered, "You didn't just wake me up, Elena. You woke up the best part of me." Fade out to soft music, camera lingering on Elena's tearful smile.